In the realm of law enforcement, tales of corruption and abuse of power often unfold as dark sagas that shake the foundations of trust. Today, we delve into a series of harrowing narratives that expose the harrowing realities when those tasked with upholding justice veer into criminality. Each case we explore takes us deeper into the chilling abyss, revealing shocking details that demand our attention and reflection. Brace yourselves as we embark on a journey through the shadows of the criminal justice system. Michael Dotro, the corrupt cop's downfall. Our first narrative uncovers the unsettling journey of a corrupt cop, Michael Dotro. The case of Michael Dotro unveils a disturbing saga of corruption that infiltrated the very core of law enforcement. Dotro's trajectory from a criminal background in 1998 to becoming a member of the Edison, New Jersey police force illuminates concerning flaws in the vetting process for law enforcement officers. Despite a criminal record, he managed to join the force, raising serious questions about the adequacy of background checks and screening procedures. Over the course of 9 years on the force, Dotro evolved into a rogue officer, accumulating a shocking 40 convictions that ranged from conspiracies to unlawful access to systems and witness intimidation. Exploiting the authority vested in him, Dotro engaged in a spectrum of illicit activities that betrayed the very principles he was sworn to uphold. The nadir of his misconduct surfaced in May 2013, when he committed an egregious act of retaliation by setting fire to the home of Captain Mark Andraco, a fellow officer. This disturbing act not only posed a direct threat to a colleague, but also shattered the trust and integrity placed in law enforcement by the community. Dotro's subsequent trial and subsequent 20-year prison sentence underscore the pressing need for comprehensive reforms within the law enforcement system. It highlights the imperative to fortify screening processes, implement stringent measures to identify red flags, and institute mechanisms that prevent individuals with criminal inclinations from occupying positions of authority within law enforcement agencies. The case serves as a stark reminder of the crucial role systemic reforms play in upholding the public's trust in the criminal justice system. Gregory Towns, tragedy in East Point. The tragic case of Gregory Towns in East Point, Georgia, serves as a stark illustration of the dire consequences that can arise from police misconduct and the unwarranted use of force. What should have been a routine response to a domestic abuse call escalated into a fatal incident when officers Marcus Eberhardt and Howard Weems resorted to excessive tasing, subjecting Towns to an alarming 13 to 14 shocks. This egregious and repeated use of force ultimately led to Towns' electrocution, laying bare a profound abuse of police authority and a shocking failure in ensuring the public's safety. The subsequent legal proceedings brought to light the stark disparity in outcomes for the involved officers. Howard Weems faced a 5-year sentence for involuntary manslaughter, reckless conduct, and violation of the police oath. This comparatively lenient sentence underscored the complexities and nuances surrounding police brutality cases. In contrast, Marcus Eberhardt, perceived as the instigator of the excessive force, received a life sentence for felony murder and aggravated assault. Eberhardt's severe punishment underscores the imperative for accountability and consequences when law enforcement officers betray the trust placed in them by the public. The case of Gregory Towns tragically exemplifies the urgent need for systemic reforms, rigorous training, and stringent oversight to prevent the misuse of force and uphold justice within law enforcement agencies. John Camfield, the fallen hero. Our journey takes an even darker turn with the case of John Camfield, once lauded as one of the best detectives. However, his struggle with alcoholism reached a catastrophic climax in April 2017 in Poinciana, Mississippi, where his inebriated state led to a horrifying incident. Camfield, driving under the influence, careened into a group of schoolchildren, resulting in the tragic death of 13-year-old Jaheim Robertson. In a devastating turn of events, the hero of the day became Officer J.J. Quintana, a parent of one of the victims, who took it upon himself to apprehend Camfield. Initially refusing a blood alcohol test, Camfield's intoxication was later confirmed to be double the legal limit. The legal repercussions were severe, with Camfield receiving a 35-year prison sentence. This heartbreaking case highlights the destructive impact of alcoholism within the ranks of law enforcement and the profound consequences of a once revered officer's tragic downfall. The story of John Camfield serves as a poignant reminder of the challenges faced by individuals within law enforcement, emphasizing the critical need for support systems and interventions to address underlying issues such as addiction. The devastating consequences of his actions underscore the importance of stringent measures to ensure the accountability of those entrusted with protecting the community. Braulio Gonzalez, the wolf in sheep's clothing. Our exploration continues with the unsettling case of Braulio Gonzalez, a former Miami-Dade officer who embodied the betrayal of trust. Braulio Gonzalez's case presents a harrowing narrative of betrayal and abuse of power within the ranks of law enforcement. Arrested in 2018, stood accused of committing atrocious crimes dating back to 2011. The allegations included the sexual assault of a victim since she was 8 years old, coupled with the use of intimidation tactics such as holding her at gunpoint and threatening harm to her family. The revelation of Gonzalez's disturbing actions extended to reports of domestic abuse, laying bare the sinister dual identity he maintained while wearing the badge. During the trial, a chilling portrait of Gonzalez's crimes emerged, with the anonymous victim detailing the trauma she endured for years. The severity of the accusations became evident as additional reports surfaced, indicating a pattern of abusive behavior. The quick and decisive legal proceedings resulted in Gonzalez receiving a life sentence instead of the initially proposed 48 years. The judge's stern condemnation underscored that, irrespective of any past commendable actions, Gonzalez's reprehensible acts had irreversibly tarnished his legacy as a police officer. Braulio Gonzalez's case serves as a stark reminder of the insidious nature of abuse within positions of authority and the imperative need for robust mechanisms to identify and address such misconduct. The life sentence handed down emphasizes the severity of the crimes committed and sends a resounding message about the accountability demanded from those entrusted with the responsibility of upholding the law. Daniel Holtzclaw, the Predator in Blue. Our final chapter delves into the chilling tale of Daniel Holtzclaw, an Oklahoma City police officer who turned into a predator in blue. The Daniel Holtzclaw case unraveled as a nightmarish saga of abuse of power, sending shockwaves through the fabric of trust in law enforcement. Serving as an Oklahoma City police officer, Holtzclaw deviated from the sworn duty to protect and serve, instead becoming a perpetrator of heinous crimes. What makes this case particularly egregious is the calculated manner in which Holtzclaw preyed upon the vulnerabilities of individuals in economically disadvantaged areas. Exploiting their criminal records, he leveraged his authority to coerce victims into degrading and traumatic acts, betraying the very essence of the badge he wore. The arrest in August 2014 marked the tipping point for Holtzclaw's reign of terror. The litany of charges brought against him — sexual assault, rape, sexual battery, lewd exhibition, stalking, and forcible oral sodomy — unveiled a disturbing pattern of abuse that had remained hidden behind the facade of a uniform. The victims, silenced by fear and the power dynamics at play, found their voices during the trial, recounting the horrors they endured. It became abundantly clear that Holtzclaw had not only violated the trust placed in law enforcement, but had also left an indelible mark of trauma on the lives of those he was sworn to protect. The subsequent trial, culminating in a staggering 263-year prison sentence, served as a reckoning for Holtzclaw's despicable actions. The judge, in delivering the sentence, emphasized the gravity of the crimes committed and the irreparable harm inflicted upon the victims. This case serves as a poignant reminder of the critical need for robust oversight, accountability mechanisms, and systemic reforms within law enforcement. Only through these measures can the trust between communities and those entrusted with their safety be restored and maintained, safeguarding against the corrosive effects of abuse of power within the criminal justice system. These narratives are not just stories. They are stark reminders of the flaws within our criminal justice system. If you found these accounts as unsettling as we did, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and together, let's work towards a system that truly upholds justice for all.